All right, guys. So, want to kind of quickly talk about Nico Villa, right? Or I'm sorry if I mispronounced that name, but I want to quickly talk about the NIL situation regarding him because obviously the last week has been absolutely insane. It's been crazy regarding the situation with him in Tennessee. We're finding out now that there were multiple players, not just him, that were potentially were going to sit out, according to Josh Pate from that Ohio State game. Listen, Nico is going to be the poster child of a messy situation regarding NIL, right? First of all, we thought it was Jaden Rashada, but I mean, he's in a lawsuit fight right now with Florida because Florida promised him $13 million and he's fighting on it, and it practically screwed up his career. Nico is he's not the first quarterback to do this, but again, he's the poster child because he was a five-star quarterback, extremely hyped up, had a pretty solid freshman season, beat Alabama, got Tennessee to the playoffs, or helped get them to the playoffs. And now a player that signed a $2 million NIL deal now wants $4 million. And Tennessee weren't going to do it because he signed a contract. He signed more of an agreement. And now he wants more, which I don't blame Nico for doing. A lot of people will kill the kid for it. A lot of people think that it's immoral of him to do it, which I can understand, right? Because a lot of us, when we give our word, we try to honor it. But let's be honest here. Let's be honest here, guys. Anyone who has a job, anyone who works, let's be honest. For the most part, a lot of people who works, a lot of people, they, even if they're working, they try to still get a better high paying job, or they try to go to a better situation, a better work situation, because maybe their work situation is maybe too stressful and they try to go to a different job. Like a lot of us fight and negotiate to try to make a better life for ourselves, especially in the workforce. It's very, very stressful. It can be extremely tough. And let's be honest, athletes are no better. We've seen this across almost every sport out there, including in the NFL. Even when teams even sign to their contracts, they're still wanting extensions, and if they don't like it, they're asking for trades, or they're going to sit out. We've seen this happen in so many different occasions every single year. It just got to college football. We're so stuck on tradition. We're so stuck on the past that we're not truly focused on the present. And again, everyone's going to kill the kid Nico, even though, let's be honest, it really wasn't Nico. From what we've heard, it was his dad that was trying to renegotiate and trying to get the $4 million. That's what, so again, we're all killing the kid, but no one's blaming the father for being the mastermind behind this. Find that pretty odd. Again, Nico is the poster child, but he's not the first player, and he will not be the last player to do this. If Josh Pate is right, and there's more players from Tennessee that were doing it, we've seen the UNLV quarterback literally sit out and enter the transfer portal, even when they were 4-5-0. He left. We've seen multiple quarterbacks leave, multiple players leave to try to get better for NIL. High school is ridiculous right now. High school players are getting paid before even stepping on campus. NIL, which is name, image, and likeness. You are capitalizing off of your name, image, and likeness. And let's be honest, that is completely thrown out the door. Or thrown out the window, because it is not NIL money. It's basically the money that's been going on for the last 20 or 20 or so more years, where players were getting paid under the table. Like, it's even worse now because it's just open season, and the NCAA can't do anything about it because when they lost that lawsuit to Tennessee, they were screwed. Basically, they have no power. The Supreme Court doesn't want to deal with them. These universities and programs doesn't want to deal with them, especially with to have these powerful commissioners, doesn't want to deal with them. The schools don't want to deal with them. And even within the governing body of the NCAA, it's carnage going on there. It is weak. And instead of us trying to blame the real problem, we're trying to go ahead and blame these kids or blame the parents for the situation that they're in, instead of looking at the real situation, which is the NCAA itself. And again, everyone's fighting for NIL. What about these TV contracts? This is what these players need to fight for. They need to fight for bigger TV deals, bigger TV deals and bigger TV contracts. Right? This is what they really need to try to fight for. But yeah, Players are doing something that professional athletes have been doing for years, that coaches in the sport have been doing for decades. Chip Kelly leaving out of nowhere, going to the NFL during the middle of his contract. Lane Kiffin, remember the national championship, decided to opt out and go to FAU. Brian Kelly getting Cincinnati to a bowl game undefeated against Florida. What does he do? Leave and go to LSU. We don't bat eyes when coaches do it, but when players do it, we want to kill these kids for it. Guys, when NIL and the transfer portal was first introduced, you killed Nick Saban when he tried to warn y'all what was going to happen and what we should do to prepare for it so we can counter a lot of this crap, so we can try to contain it. Because once that stallion gets loose, you're not bringing that shit back. You're not bringing it back. We let the stallion loose. So I don't know why everyone's all up in arms and shocked that their favorite, well, you know why? Because their favorite players are leaving their universities. They were laughing at Alabama when all the players were leaving. They were laughing at LSU when all those players from Louisiana were getting out the door. They were laughing at all these universities until it happened to them. And unfortunately, Tennessee fans, it walked right in your doorstep. It creeped right onto your doorstep. All these fan bases laughed at Alabama, laughed at so many other powerful programs because their favorite players, because our favorite players were leaving. Well, look what happened. We tried to warn you. You kept cussing out Nick Saban, called him a hater for hating on NIL. Now look. Now Nick Saban is right yet again. When it's not even really he prophesied it. I mean, let's be honest, it's common sense that situations like this that a situation like this was going to happen. Because if the NCAA couldn't even control coaches from leaving their respective schools and honoring their contracts, what makes you think that they're going to help control kids from to honoring their contracts? That the transfer portal, which they introduced, this was their freaking smart idea to introduce this. And look what happened. It's a mess. Players leaving left and right. We have 2 portal periods, which is stupid, by the way, because we got one still during bowl season and during playoffs, and we got one during spring camp. Why can't we just have an actual off season? Like, let's just say when the season's over, like in February or March, how come we just we just have one portal period and that's it? We have 2 separate periods of the portal. NIL is a mess. Different NIL groups, which are not even honoring the NIL definition. They're just doing something that's been open for decades. It's just more open now. So listen, it is what it is, guys. Nico, you keep doing what you need to do. Yes, did he put himself in a bad situation? Yes, but you know what? Again, you live and you learn. It is what it is. He's not going to be the first player to do this. And he will not be the last player to do this. It's just getting started. And this revenue sharing shit that's about to happen, it's not going to control it. Sorry. It's not going to control it. It's not going to help. As long as the portal and as long as everything else is continuing to run erect, I mean, it sucks when the shoe is on the other foot. When these players are the one now that have the power. Not the coaches, not the administration, not the governing body of the NCAA. It's the players that have power. It sucks, doesn't it? We should have prepared for this on day one, and we never did. Just like how the college football bracket system was broken, just like how NIL was broken and the portal was broken, we didn't prepare. The NCAA didn't prepare. And now look, we're in the situation that we're in right now. It is what it is.